Everyone, hi, it's Lucretia here. This morning I've taken a trip with some really wonderful girlfriends and we are at one of the big crystal warehouses in my hometown in Brisbane. And I thought it would be a really good time to have a chat about crystals generally, because I find that some people really underestimate their power and their ability to affect us. A couple of years ago, I had a new client come to me, and whenever she was around crystals, she just felt like really all over the place. She felt really rattled, not really solid in herself at all. And the reason that she felt like that is because she was being buffeted around and pushed around by the energy of these crystals that she was coming in contact with. And that's the thing with crystals, is they can really affect our energy. And when you are picking a crystal, what I generally say to people is that you need to, first of all, go with the crystal that you are intuitively guided to pick out, and to trust that. Well, I mean, look at all these beautiful ones here. I mean, I'm a bit spoilt for choice this morning. But you really need to go with the crystal that feels right for you. And actually, one of my girlfriends just now was looking at crystals, and she's like, oh, which one do I want? And I'm not sure. Hi, Tara. I'm not sure. And we're at the Crystal Warehouse, Tara, in Brisbane. Anyway, this friend of mine is here. She was looking at crystals of the amethyst, which are just gorgeous. And she was trying to decide which one to get. And she's like, oh, this one's nice, but it's got a bit of a chip out of it. And then she's testing and going, okay, maybe I want this one instead, this one instead. And I just said to her, you need to let go of what it looks like and go with the one that you feel is right for you. And sure enough, she went back and she chose the original crystal that she'd been drawn to. That didn't look perfect, but it was the perfect one for her. So that's the first thing you need to do, is to really trust yourself and know the crystal you are picking. I mean, look at all these, like the amethyst here, up here, sorry, a bit further up. They are just stunning. Look at these. They're beautiful. I want to take them all home with me. So you need to pick the one that you're intuitively guided to pick that is right for you. And the second thing you need to do is, when you get that crystal, sometimes crystals, I know they're amazing, aren't they, Tara? Like this place, I just want to take it all home. It's insane. But the thing is, when you get a crystal, sometimes you're only supposed to work with it for a limited amount of time. If it's really powerful and you're not used to working with that kind of energy, you might just need to sit with it once a week for 5 minutes and see what it has to tell you, because crystals are really powerful and sometimes they will have lots of information and lots of messages for you. No, that's right. Check them all out as I wander around, Tara. So the first thing is, you need to be really aware that they are very powerful, and you need to really tune into that power in a safe way, in a grounded way. So that client I mentioned at the start of this video, whenever she was around crystals, she would just be knocked sideways, and it really wasn't healthy because her physical couldn't cope with it. So what I did with her is I helped her to ground herself, and I also gave her some strategies to do that. And I also gave her a bit of education about crystals generally, about how they work and how you need to be really aware of what you're doing with them. And I also sent her off to a healer that I knew, who could actually help her to shift the energy around in her body so she could actually function a little bit better for her. So there's a range of different things you can do to help you manage the energies that are around you, and crystals are just one of the types of energies that we come up against. Now, the thing you need to remember as well is that sometimes you'll get a crystal and you'll feel really drawn to it. You're like, I have to have that crystal. I have to have it. Get it home. At this point, I then recommend that you do some research. So trust your intuition in selecting it, but then go home and do a good old Google search about what that crystal is helpful for. Inevitably, it will have qualities that you absolutely need assistance with. Right? That's the first thing, because otherwise you wouldn't have intuitively got it. Okay? So trust that. Do your research afterwards. And then, I mean, you need to be really clear about, okay, how am I supposed to work with this crystal in a way that is safe for me? So the first thing is this a crystal that I can wear all the time? Like a rose quartz, for example, which is a beautiful heart crystal. Is it something I can wear all the time, like a black tourmaline, which is great for grounding and repelling negative energy? Beautiful, strong. That is the kick-ass crystals of all crystals, black tourmaline. Not very sexy to look at, but amazingly beautiful and helpful if you are energetically sensitive. So those kinds of crystals you can have with you all the time on your body, okay, or near you. But there are other crystals that are so powerful that you need to sit with them once a week, not more often than that. I'm just going to move around here so you can see a few more that we've got here on the shelf, which are just beautiful. So please be aware of this. I guess the moral of the story and the message I want to give you here is trust what you choose. Okay, I'm getting a bit glary there. Trust the crystals that you're drawn to. Trust your intuition on that. Go and do your research, and then work them with those crystals in a way that is appropriate for the energy of that crystal. Okay, and this is where the self-accountability really comes into play, which I really encourage my clients to do, is be really accountable for how you work with energies, whether or not they're energies that are crystals or they're energies from another astral plane. Okay, another energetic plane. If you're connecting with people who've passed over, do I think? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Tara, they can call you even if you're not physically near them. So for example, when I'm tuning in, when I work with a client one-on-one, I will tune in to their energy just to work out what crystal is right for them, and then I'll go and buy that. So that's how energy works. It's not about being physically present always. Often it's not about being physically present full stop. It's actually about tuning into the energy of something and feeling it and trusting it. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you want to know more about my programs and things, please get in touch. I run a 3-month intensive at the moment called Rock Your Inner Channel, where I talk to people about how energy works and how to ground yourself and how to connect into your intuition more effectively so you can step into your divine calling, and actually help you to work out what that is as well. Anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope that this has been helpful. If it has, please like and share it with your friends, and I will talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.